Thank you, Mrs. Handler, for taking the time to speak with me today. My name is Kimberly Bethea. I'm the past president. I am a past president and current member of the APTC, and I'll be asking you the same questions that will be asked of all the candidates who will be participating in our virtual Meet the Candidate event. After 15 minutes, we will conclude the interview with a brief closing statement from you. And the first question that we have for you is there a particular issue that motivates you to serve on the Board of Education?
Well, that's easy to answer. For me, it's my involvement with the Diversity and Inclusiveness Committee. I'm very committed to that. I'm committed to having a more diverse administration, a more diverse teaching staff, and I've done a lot of research on my own about that. And I feel that we're moving forward in a positive direction. Maybe it's not as fast as some people would like, but I believe that we're trying. I believe that we want to continue having a curriculum that has our children see windows and mirrors. And that's my reason. When I originally joined the Board of Education, I didn't have that kind of commitment. But as I grew in my confidence being on the board, that became more and more important to me.
Okay. So the next question we have is what differentiates you from the other candidates and or board members?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that I come with a certain amount of experience as a mother, as a grandmother, as a former teacher, as a former librarian. I am older, one of the older members, and life experience gives me a certain perspective that others don't have. That's what I think my qualifications are.
Okay. What is your philosophy on special education and educating children that are English language learners?
My philosophy, I think that they're entitled to an education as every other child is. The best quality education that any child can have.
Okay. Should you be reelected to the Board of Education, what is the first thing you will do? What are your campaign promises to the public?
As I said originally, my biggest campaign promise would be to continue to have our district be as reflective as possible of our student body, to continue educating our children and have the expectations that they can reach higher and higher plateaus. Just continue on with the excellent programs that we have.
Okay. Given issues that arise, meaning expecting 100% agreement all of the time isn't practical. How can the board stay focused on student achievement and academics, which should be the most important focus?
I don't know if I understand your question. You're saying that because the board doesn't agree all the time on policy?
Because these questions were selected from community members. So I guess that's what I'm interpreting it as well, that you're always not going to agree. So how do you remain focused? How can the board stay focused on student achievement and academics, which should be the most important focus?
Yes, I think that the board needs to be honest with each other, to be respectful of the other members, that if there are disagreements, that we're able to air those without attacking other people personally. And I think that if we can do that and be respectful of each other and not get sidetracked, we can keep our focus on what is the most important thing, and that is the education, a quality education for our children.
Okay. What do you see as the major issue facing academics and student achievements in our school district?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Sure. What do you see as the major issue facing academics and student achievement in our school district?
Mm-hmm. I think as this COVID, situation has gone on, it's become apparent to me that there's what's called a digital divide. Mm-hmm. That fortunately we have the Chromebook initiative, and that allows our students to have computers. But that doesn't mean that each family has internet access. And I'd like to see something done about that, perhaps providing hotspots. I don't really know what the solution is, but I think that the inequity in electronics and the ability, it's because it looks like we're going to be having either a mixture of online learning and in-school learning, or just online learning. I want to make sure that every child, can access and has access to virtual learning.
Okay. If elected, what would you hope would be the key accomplishments of the board during your years of service?
I would like us to continue with our AP program. I would like us to continue with our capstone program. I would like us to be constantly improving our new pre-K, our universal pre-K program, and make that available, and advertise that and get people interested in that. Continue our music program. That's it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Susan. At this point, you can end with a closing statement.
Thanks, everybody. I've enjoyed my years on the school board. I hope to be able to be reelected so that I continue doing the best I can for our kids. I have grandchildren in the district. I only want the best for them. So I'd be happy to be reelected. Please make sure you cast your ballots. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Mrs. Handler.